Hello everybody, thanks for joining me on the channel today. It's going to be pretty exciting because we are going to take this truck apart. This is episode 1 of the C10 build. Follow along on the channel because we're going to be doing this entire truck build in 2 or 3 short videos. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hang in there and we'll try to keep the action rolling as fast as we can. I want to talk for a second about the patina on this truck, the washed, aged look. You may not be able to tell from looking at that distance, but some of this is original and some of it isn't. The majority of this truck is not original. For example, this hood came off of a later year truck. The 1960 C10 had pods on the hood, and in my opinion, this is a way better look. But who did this truck originally, they decided to spray paint over top of a lot of the patina. It's a pretty close match, and they did a halfway decent job, but honestly, the wear patterns are not what you would get in original life. For example, the way this has worn here and not here, and then it's a different color here, this black spray paint and primer. And they basically put down this GM color, and then they sprayed over it, and then they sanded through it. As you can see here, this is sanded through, but this isn't. It's a common way to do it, and to be honest, I feel like I could do a lot better, blending it into more of a natural. If you look here, this is fairly natural. If we could get an even overall aged look at the end of this, I'll be a lot happier. The whole side of the truck, we're going to shorten this to a short bed. Everyone knows there are probably more C10 short beds on the road than were ever built because people cut them down all the time. And if you do it right, you'll never know that it was done. And not to hide anything about it, just to have it look really good and be strong and end up with something you care about. When you do these trucks, you not only have to take a section out here, but you also have to take a section out back here. And I don't really want to do that, so I may end up opting for the repop sides. And the reason that I say that is because this is already painted anyway. This is already faked. So you're not saving any of the originality by doing triple the work, shortening a bed side, when you can just click a mouse and 2 new sides will show up. It's a really solid truck. It's already on airbags. We're going to put this 5.7 LS1 engine and transmission in it. So let's take it apart. so much bodywork done to this side already. Keep in mind that I need to cut a section of it out. Right here was some molding and a bunch of holes that were drilled. Looks like to pull out a dent, and it's all filled. Right here was a square gas door. I assume, based on the stains, that's what it looks like. But that's all filled. So like this is going to be quite a task if I'm going to try and save these sides. I still think repop short bed sides are going to be the answer. And now that I'm about to take the bed off, I've discovered something else. Probably can't see from that angle, but over here, the truck arms to the lowered suspension bolt right where I need to take 12 inches out of the frame. So not only do I have to shorten the frame, I have to relocate the trailing arms, the truck arms. I have to move them along with this cab mount. And I knew I had to move this cab mount anyways. But the truck arms, you'll see when I get the bed off. I've got to undo 8 bolts. Yeah, and I'm going to hook this up to the overhead and I'll pull it up. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's get this off. So remember before I was explaining that the part of the frame that I cut is right underneath and a bit forward of this cab mount. So what that means is where these truck arms land on the bottom of the forelink, this brace is going to have to be removed, and as I draw it together to the specified wheelbase, I have to reconnect this support to the frame. I'm not too worried because as long as you get it square, it doesn't matter because these won't change length. They only land where they're going to land. You can't put that in wrong unless you were cocked off to one side, which I'm not going to do that. I hope. Weren't even in. Who knows, maybe that's the noise in the engine. A screw fell into that little tiny throat of a carburetor. There you go. I had to make a few modifications to clear this hinge, but that's all right. This is scrap. That's a quality repair there, isn't it? I don't have the rubber. Let's just jam this in there. So anyway, this is ruined. It's a big hole in it. It's junk. Scrap. You know, on one of these trucks I did a while back, I actually used a dirt bike radiator in one of these. That's all I had, and it worked perfect. It's still on the road today. This, not so much. Yeah, This was doing a great job. Look, you can't even, you can barely spin it. This is such scrap. Because I'm messing with the air ride, I feel like I should get some jack stands under this truck, just in case I clip a line, and I'm not even sure how the system works. I've never dealt with it before. It's very basic. It's nothing more than a couple of air compressors, a couple of height sensors, and switching. It runs a compressor that fills a tank, that fills bladders like balloons. It's real simple. Probably. And we'll do this right there. Yeah. That one's not off the ground. Is this one? Yeah. That one's off the ground. This one isn't? Huh. Almost. It's fine. On the end of this cable, this box plugs in, and this box is directly connected to the main controller, Ride Tech Ride Pro X. And this is what you control the height with. These are predetermined settings, and this was plugged into the cigarette lighter. I wondered why it was loose. I'm like, I don't know why that is. Something must be loose. It's Bluetooth. It's got to be, because this was not connected to this in any way. So this has to send a signal to it. Unless there's a piece of this puzzle that I'm not getting, but that's actually really cool. I will read the directions on that later. Half-inch iron pipe size. Dipper well, and it looks like I'm gonna have to turn my phone off because it has not stopped all morning long. So I've got the pedal unhooked, the clutch pedal unhooked, the Z-bar loose, brake lines unhooked, all the controls for ignition and airbags are undone. It looks like if I just disconnect the linkage from the brake pedal and let this whole booster and everything hang, and disconnect this steering shaft, 4 bolts on the cab, and lift it up. So now for the time being, sit right there. I think they might have drilled a hole through that one, which is smart. I drill them every time I do this, but I don't go that deep. It's just a set screw. Oh yeah, they drilled right into it. Yep, that's all right. You know, that's good. Now, I've got it sort of rigged. It's going to be a little off. Let me get this connected, start pulling, we'll see how it hangs. Once this is up, I'm going to roll the chassis outside, build a cart for this, and roll it off to the side, and then we'll deal with the rest. Now it's out of gear. Gotta go like this. Well, it is definitely hanging, it just ain't centered. But that's alright. car selfish. Coming up on episode 2 of the C10 build, we're going to shorten this frame, we're going to move this 4-link suspension bracket, we're going to relocate all of the air controls, and once this frame is shortened, we're going to put that LS1 in that spot. That's where we're going to have to leave it for today. This has been episode number 1 of the C10 build, and I want you to stay tuned to the channel because we've got some really big giveaways coming up. That's right. For the subscribers, for the new subscribers, stay tuned. Watch for the episode number 2 of this build because we're going to have some awesome giveaways coming up and you need to be a subscriber to win. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.